The Mini 3 Pro, as we all know, is a fantastic drone. And I've been testing these drones out for many years now. And what I'm about to show you in this video, even I missed it. Let's do this. So hello and welcome once again to the channel on this very nice day in the UK. So on with the video, and it's all about the Mini 3 Pro and also the Mini 4 Pro. And as I said earlier, something that I found out recently that even I missed on the Mini 3 Pro. So fellow YouTuber Sean the Drone did a flight test after his update video following mine a few days ago, and unfortunately he crashed his drone, and one of the reasons that was basically pilot error. He even admits it himself, but there was an instance where he was using a point of interest, one of the focus track modes with the Mini 3 Pro, and I did some investigations on this just to find out exactly what actually happens on the Mini 3 Pro when we're using the point of interest. So let's get straight into the video and I'll show you exactly what it's all about. Okay, just going to do a couple of little tests here with, first of all, this is the Mini 3 or the Mini 3 Pro. And what I want to do is I want to check something on the point of interest on Spotlight. As you can see on Spotlight, if we was to start to yaw around, now you can see at the moment that's keeping my car on subject. And once we press go, the obstacle avoidance does stay on. So that's in Spotlight mode. And we know that the obstacle avoidance works fine with the active track. As you can see, the obstacle avoidance is still on at the moment. So let's move that to there. As soon as we click go, you can see that obstacle avoidance turns off. We'll just stop that a minute, back in again and go the other way. Click go. Now the point of this test is a fellow YouTuber, Sean the Drone, was flying his Mini 3 doing a test after my test video, and it showed that the obstacle avoidance goes off on point of interest, and you can see that's absolutely the case just here. So let's just stop that. Right, let's do it once again in the opposite way. Hit record, go. As soon as you hit go, you can see that that's turning that obstacle avoidance off. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop that, I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to fly the Mini 4 Pro. Now we know that the Mini 3 Pro's got no side sensors, and that's probably why it's turning it off. Okay, so we've got the Mini 4 now up in the air, and you can see we're in Spotlight mode, and if we just yaw either side, that's working absolutely fine. Obstacle avoidance is on, and if we click the record button, obstacle avoidance stays on. Not a problem. Okay, let's just go into point of interest. I'm just going to move it to the left slightly. Okay, right, point of interest. Move it to the right. And as you can see, that works absolutely fine. And obstacle avoidance stays on whilst it's doing its point of interest. Now obviously the Mini 4 Pro has got side sensors, and I think that that's the issue that we've got. with the Mini 3 Pro is that there's no side sensors, but it's funny how it worked okay in the spotlight mode, but as you can see in point of interest, as soon as we move that arrow it starts its maneuver, which is quite odd because it doesn't actually ask you to stop it. Let's just stop recording. So there we go, that's the difference between the Mini 3 Pro and the Mini 4 Pro. Okay, let's bring it back and we'll summarise it back in the studio. So there we go. In a nutshell, we all know that the Mini 3 Pro doesn't have any side sensors, but when using the point of interest, it turns them off anyway, which I find really odd. Perhaps you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments, what you think about that. As you saw in the video, when you're using Spotlight or Active Track, the obstacle avoidance is on. Just when you use point of interest with the Mini 3 Pro, it turns them off completely. I don't know why they do that. I can't see any reason for it, to be quite honest with you. Another important thing to note is when you're flying the Mini 4 Pro doing point of interest, there's no go button anymore. So you select your subject, as you saw in the video, and as soon as you move that arrow, whichever direction you want it to go, the drone starts off. So you get no pause, you get nothing to say, right, I'm happy with that, I'm happy for it to go right, or I'm happy for it to go left, and click go, and then it does its thing. You don't get any of that anymore. So that must have come in one of the updates. That must have sneaked in at some point during one of the updates. And like I say, I missed that as well. And as you can see just here from a video I did quite a few months back, you can see that we used to get that green button. So just something to bear in mind. One other thing to point out is, as we all know, we should read the manuals, and it does state quite clearly that when using the Mini 3 Pro, using point of interest, it does actually turn the obstacle avoidance sensors off. Still don't get why they do that, but there you go. I hope that Sean does get his drone back. I know he's stuck on top of a hill somewhere and he's struggling to get up there, but I'm sure he will eventually. In a nutshell, just be careful of your surroundings when doing point of interest if you're using the Mini 3 Pro, and make sure you're going to clear any obstacles that might be in the way. Hope you found the video useful and you got something out of it and you found it informative. As always, don't forget, give us the old thumbs up. And if you're new around here, why don't you consider subscribing, dinging the dong, and all the rest of it that goes with it. I'm sure you know me by now. And you might like to watch those couple of videos I've chosen for you. And if you do, I shall see you over there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.